is only one indigenous broadcaster championing the cause for the restoration of Biafra. Biafra Human Rights Radio. Of course, unstoppable and remains the beacon of truth. It has been so since yesterday, and it is today and forever. There is only one indigenous broadcaster championing the cause for the restoration of Biafra. Biafra Human Rights Radio. Of course, unstoppable and remains the beacon of truth. It has been so since yesterday, and it is today, ever.
My beautiful land of the rising sun, we are going to my papa's land. My beautiful home of the rising sun, we are going to my papa's land.
Yes, once again, that is the gospel truth, not just from the animal kingdom, but from anybody who does not have conscience. We cannot take this shit anymore. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. As always, this is Radio Biafra Extra, and we're streaming this afternoon live all the way from Biafra land through Biafra Human Right and Freedom Radio, a platform that is the embodiment of pro-Biafran group. First of all, pro-Biafran group are different denomination, if I will use that word, who have different ideology, method they believe our right to self-determination can be exercised. We don't agree on every ideology behind every pro-Biafran group. But then, something is remarkable when it comes to uniqueness of the agitation as far as Biafra is concerned. We all want the overall interest of our people. And then we say, let us come together. This is not a quest that one man can actually accomplish. This is not a battle you fight alone. It's going to take all of us to save all of us. And so, irrespective of the fact that we have different ideology, most of us are even enemies, we don't talk to each other, but somewhere along the line, we just have to create a platform that enables us to focus on the main agenda. And I respect all of them. And these noble men and women not only stand on their ground to ensure that our right to self-determination is exercised. They spend their money, they spend their time, they spend their resources, they spend their talent, and I must acknowledge them. The parliament and as well as the executive. Of course, that is the advisory body and the implementation committee. The platform is headed by Alhaji Asare Dokubo and deputized by our sister Rita Anebogo. There is actually a lot going on, but it's not meant for public consumption. And so I want to encourage you. You need to be part of this process. And then I proceed to acknowledge members of the de facto Nnamdi, the Biafra Nation Alliance. These are a body of young men and women who saw the truth. Instead of them to hide and run away, they choose to face the evil and bloody men against all odds. They prefer to stand alone instead of moving with the crowd. Acknowledge the administrators around the globe, acknowledge members of the board of trustees, acknowledge our media department, and all of you who are trying to keep the record straight. The platform itself is anchored by Diokpa Uchi Okafo, who hails from Abatete, Anambra State, Biafra land. The man who simply assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. Acknowledge our daddy in the Lord, as I call him, Mazio Bidiobinu. The man who cannot even, in fact, I will say they have made vows that they cannot sleep under the same heaven with those who has murdered our people unjustly. It doesn't matter who you are. Acknowledge people like Dr. Kadu, Dr. Uchenna Nwokenkwo, Uchenna Asiegbu, Ikenna Nwanonenyi, Odogene, Okum, Mbadike, Agumwanye, Ada Biafra, Chukunonsu, Awele. Exactly where will I stop? Udogo, Evangelist Burning Fire. Where exactly will I stop? Biafrans, thank you. I remain George ONYIBE and I hail from Abo and Yoma province, to be precise, Delta State, Biafra land. I must acknowledge the creator on this very platform, because without him, I am gone. We are gone as a people. He keeps reshaping the future before our very eyes, giving us the grace and every enablement needed to sail this ship to a safe harbor. Be thou exalted, exalted, exalted. course, without wasting much of our time, we go to our topic of discussion this evening. I have to come up this afternoon because there are a lot going on. And of course, I may not be chance in the evening to come on air, so I decide to still drop the message. Because not until it's all over, it is not over. And so this very afternoon, I want us to look at a topic that I entitled, The Journey So Far. The journey so far. This journey to the restoration of Biafra. So far, how far? Of course, this is going to be viewed from the site of the documentary program made by BBC on Ipob under Nnamdi Kanu. You see, one thing every Biafran must understand wherever you're listening from across the globe. The right to self-determination is not a criminal activity. The Nigerian Constitution itself recognizes this right to self-determination. The African Charter have recognized the right to self-determination. The United Nations recognize the right to self-determination. But you see, what really matters now is the process through which we engage this right. And the way we are going, it looks like we are now criminals. It looks like we are now terrorists. It looks like what name do I have to use? Most of you are ashamed already. We're supposed to be telling you it's our right. We're supposed to stand our ground and tell you we're not going anywhere. But what have you been doing? The journey so far. The bias and abacho so agwa mile. Abacho so agwa mile. Oga dem man ubua. Kai wiri tu obeti obele mogi. Gozakwa mile adi amama. Because most of us are not even considering the level of progress we have made. Not to talk of the level of damage we have done. But then, certain individuals have made a vow. It is not over until it's over. Something happened yesterday. I came across a music online. And this music touched me to the foundation of my soul. And that is not because I have not heard about it before. But it led me into a great thought. And then I compare it with what is happening in the current agitation. The influence of Ipob bingos all over the world. And I wish they will understand. We are a people well respected. We are a people who have cultures and traditions that are date any form of civilization. Our government institution from inception, time immemorial, is fully guided, equipped, that it gave right to the weak and the strong. Its foundation is laid based on justice, equity, fairness, and every moves made by our ancestors, it is noteworthy. We have such a heritage that we should be proud of. Such a heritage that even though the world claim they are not acknowledging it or they are not benefiting from it, we behave like the lizard. After all, when he falls from the Uruku tree and nobody praises it, he praises himself and not his head. But how can these values be destroyed by simple carelessness? Because of the fear of harassment and intimidation. How can these values, how can we dent our very image? How can we destroy everything that we are? Most of you think it's about the division of Nigeria. Most of you think it's about the right to self-determination, of course, which is the major influence here. But I think it's beyond even our very understanding. And for me to be able to make most of you understand what I'm trying to say this moment is, let me play this music before we go into the issue of BBC. Let us see how it goes. Listen to this music. It's coming from Domo. And I think the original version is coming from our brother. What is the name of this brother? Why did he escape me? But you will know the brother if I remember the name, I tell you. Frank Edward. It's coming from Frank Edward, the original version. But then, don't more have to re-sing it. Let's just listen, then we'll continue from there.
Asian Jay Onyo Narekele Papa Malete no Gugu, wherever you will be, Naro Tuto Papa, blessed be your holy name. You are worthy to be praised.
This is Domo. He's a European man. And I know almost every European community have their indigenous language. Domo will not sing with Arab language. He will not sing with French. He will not sing with any language in the world. Let's assume he's an Englishman. He came across a piece of our heritage. A song by Frank Edward in Igbo. And some people tell you Igbos are coarse. Igbos are coarse. Go to many religious centers in Asian, American, Europe, Africa. Go to heaven, go to earth. I should say they all worship the Creator in Igbo dialect. This is our heritage. None of you from that language. It is handed over to us. None of you from Igbo language. You did not form it. It is handed over to us. And then how can we open our eyes and destroy everything? Domo is not a 419. Domo is not a criminal. Domo is not a controversial man of God. Domo remains one of the exceptional Christian that has walked on this earth. Some group of religious leaders sometimes invited Domo to come and minister in Nigeria. Domo pleaded with them and said, do not display my poster anywhere. I don't want any personality to be attached to who I am. He headed for Lagos International Airport. On his arrival from the plane, Domo saw his poster displayed everywhere. He took the next flight back to his country. That is to tell you the level of discipline that governs this man. There are few men like him. sampled all the song. He must have listened to Frank Edwards' song. He must have been moved in the spirit. And then he went into his studio and started speaking Igbo. And then some idiots are coming to destroy our heritage. Some idiots are trying to make us to become stigma around the globe. And most people can't even see what we are trying to protect. You think it's the ego. You think it's about the vainglory. But I pray one day God will open your eyes. Everything that is of importance to us, we are deliberately destroying it because Nnamdi Kanu want to be God. Very unfortunate. And that reminds me, who made all these people? Who made them? If Pastor Chris, for instance, is not humble enough, by now he would have been gone. I pray God will continue to sustain Pastor Chris. I'm not a Christ Embassy member. I don't believe in any denomination. I believe in individual personality. I believe in sincerity. I believe in genuine men of God. I am not God and I'm not judge of anybody. But in most cases, in my devoted moment of quiet time, I always talk to God. I say, if such man will miss heaven, if such man will miss heaven, and then we are not safe. And so I can begin to tell you the name of pastors, not just in Nigeria, around the world that will go to heaven and the one that will not go to heaven. But there is no need for that. Because at the dying moment, most of them may genuinely repent. And you see, only God can truly judge all of us. And so Domo is an exceptional Christian leader around the world. He chose Igbo. Don't they have Yoruba song? Christian Yoruba song? Beautiful ones? Don't they have Hausa song? And then some people are trying to take Urumini. You don't even know what you are getting involved. That is why the spirit of those who have been killed because of Biafra will surely come upon all of you. Very unfortunate. And so, like I said, our topic is the journey so far. It is based on BBC documentary on Ipob led by Nnamdi Kanu. We are in a world of science and technology. Like my sister said, social media keep a record for you, for your information. From the very day I mount on a platform to broadcast, I keep all my data, I keep all my broadcasts. Now, what you have in my YouTube page is not the complete broadcast. I still have about 17 broadcasts that are not on YouTube. And one of these days, I will re-edit them and then send them to YouTube. It is not on YouTube because some of them, Facebook will tell you that your video is, the graphic is violent, and so they pull it down. But because I have another platform that is recording my broadcast, even as we're going, things like Sound Broadcaster, I can be able to get the audio from other devices. And so I store all of them. Solomon Ebu, the one Nnamdi Kanu sent inside the Biafra nation to mess all of us up. You know, they are threatening to kill everybody, to shoot everybody. And when you respond, they tell you, hey, you want to kill us, hey, you want to kill us. So Solomon Ebu, in that UK where he is, threatening to take me to court. I wonder how they are going to take me to court to UK. And finally, maybe I will be able to enter that plane I have not entered before. And what was the accusation? That I made a broadcast and threatened to kill his family. Solomon Ebu is in possession of my data, which should not be in his hand. I won't go details there. And I told him, if I see that data anywhere, you are gone. I came to the knowledge of Matthew Chuka Fomefo. And he called me, why are you threatening to kill Solomon's family on broadcast? I said, I didn't say so. The day I mentioned his name, this is the reason I mentioned his name, because I have to send a message to him. He said, Mazi ONYIBE, I cannot take this. Send that broadcast to me. I'm sure after that very day, Mazi Mefo, having listened to that broadcast, never asked me about that matter again. Solomon Ebo didn't go to court again. Very bunch of useless criminals everywhere. Why am I bringing it up? Everything you are doing is on record. Everything Nnamdi Kanu said. Everything he said, all his broadcasts. You know, when he finished broadcast, he delete it. But the leg where they waka pum pum pum, he get the eye where they see chum chum chum. We are on social media. Everybody is yapping. Kill your governor, shoot your governor, display your governor, cut all their head. This a time, let us kill saboteur. Is this how we're going to get Biafra? Condemn properties everywhere. Your people will come out. It's just a matter of time. For those who still have conscience, it is better to distance yourself from all this disinformation. Distance yourself from all this falsehood. Distance yourself from all this propaganda. Distance yourself from all this noisemaker. Distance yourself, because we are not fighting for fake struggle. This is not fake freedom fighting. And honestly, we can get it right if we follow the right way. If indeed Nigeria was amalgamated in 1914, and which means we were not the same, we were not one before the process was involved. And honestly, I'm here to meet any Nigerian man who can actually, most especially from my region, who can actually tell me what brought about the amalgamation. And some, the highest they can go is they said, the British said the North are broke. If they live there hungry, we kill them. And the South, the West, the East, they have something to live for. And so they have to take our food and share it with the North. But they are not God, and this is lies. American man cannot survive in the desert. Neither can somebody who is desert inclined cannot survive in the rainforest. Somebody from Saudi Arabia and most of these countries where you have desert, they can survive there, drink their urine, drink their sweat. They survive. They're very healthy. They're not sick. God made it so. But bring them to the area you have river, you see, they can't survive. God gave to every one of us. That the Bible will say, for God has given to us all that pertinent life. Let's leave the godliness now. God has given to every one of us all that pertinent life. And so they created Nigeria. And then along the line, it's not working, because the process now eventually, if that be the truth, we the owners of the food are now hungry, and those who don't have the food are now eating very fat. We don't have to eat the crumb. Well, that is just by the way to explain what is going on. And then we say, we don't like this union. We don't want this. And this, most of these things were not even in place from inception. We created it. Who bring about this fake unitary system of government? Is it not one of us? Agu Yoronsi? Is it Agu Yoronsi? Have you tried to find out why Moritola Mohammed was killed? You think Moritola Mohammed is from Hausa man? Moritola Mohammed is not Hausa man. Forget all those cock and bull story they tell you. He's from Edo State, somewhere around Auchi Aziz. You think they killed him for nothing? Have you not seen his agenda? Trying to erase the very British signature from every platform, tablet, document in the Nigerian state. And then somebody have to stop him, just like somebody have to stop Gaddafi. But those are not the area I'm saying. And then we don't like it. We now come together and say, let us go. The Yoruba man will want to go. We the Ipob want to go. Yoruba has a reason why they say, no, we have to remain in one Nigeria. We begin to debate this issue in a very mature atmosphere. Hausa man, we have to go. Hausa tells you they are the one feeding us. Have you not listened to the conversation of Adamu Farouk? And so they are good to go. Why are we still dying inside one Nigeria? These are things that coordinated people. I have access to, let's say, almost 90% of principal officers in different pro-Biafran group. The amazing thing there is none of these people are riffraff. None of these people are touts. Very disciplined and refined individuals. Am I going to talk about Dr. Okui? Am I going to talk about Dr. Nnamdi? I mean engineer? How many doctors will I call? How many? How many professors will I call? You think they are ignorant? And so what we are doing, there is no need for all this confusion, all this hulo-balo. There is no need. Before God and man, our cause is right. In every competent court jurisdiction, nobody can find us guilty. But will our people understand that the moment we add lies to this agitation, the moment we add propaganda, disinformation, and terrorism to our genuine call to self-determination, it is damaging. The world will leave the enemy and then they will turn against us, just like they did in 1967 to 1970. That is just the truth. That is exactly what Nnamdi Kanu is doing. Don't forget my advice. Disassociate yourself from IPOB now. I didn't say abandon Nnamdi Kanu. He cannot be abandoned. He's an idiot. Because that very evil they have orchestrated is going to rob on all of them. None of them will escape. The majority of you are innocent. Disassociate from IPOB. Anybody that tell you Nnamdi Kanu is my leader, Nnamdi Kanu is my leader, my brother, run for your life. We cannot afford to repeat this mistake in this 21st century. And so the earlier we advise ourselves, the better for all of us. Let us go back to the BBC documentary program and let's follow it bit by bit. And you must understand, I don't trust the BBC, most especially where they are coming from. We understand how media work. Some useless set of IPOB killed an Igbo woman, raped her before killing, raped her before the husband, before killing the husband. And then they took this woman, raped her, beheaded her, cut off her private part, put it on her lap, carry her head and begin to play ball. Like, how will I blame Hausa and Yoruba who didn't cry out to condemn that atrocity? When no single Igbo supposedly intellectual habituality. How do they call wise people? None of them could come out and condemn. Would it be you have been misled, misinformation, disinformation by IPOB propaganda that those people are Cameroonian? But the same way, they just kill a girl that calls Muhammad, useless, dirty Muhammad. And then everybody say, Deborah is evil, he cannot kill Deborah. Everybody who kill Deborah is evil. We say no to him. No, go and cry for the people IPOB kill and the Kanu kill. Everybody lives matter. Let's go to BBC. So I don't trust BBC, considering where they are coming from. But we are not here whether we trust you or we don't trust you. It's irrelevant. Whether we like you or we don't like you, it's irrelevant. What matters now is I am hungry and I need to eat. And so I must check the type of food I am eating. So I don't eat poison, but rather feed and remain healthy. And so I don't care whether I like you or I hate you. I am here to exercise my right to self-determination, and I must make sure my right does not encroach in the right of anybody. All the wise, I'm not a sincere individual. Like I said, let's go on to this very audio, and then let's see what they have to say, and then we can be able to advise ourselves as we forge the way forward. Let's continue.
We are about to start killing Igbo saboteurs.
This mighty saboteur should be get rid of.
The Eastern governors have failed you.
It is not even fighting against the enemy.
Now, let's look at it. They started with a broadcast of one of those people, Nnamdi Kanu, say, these are the people you should listen to. They are hardcore. You see, the world is keeping record. BBC knew how many Biafrans were killed by Nigerian military. They know the truth. How they make use of it is entirely their business. But we know this truth as well. And to guide this truth by everything we are, I think it's a duty call. And so they took just 3. One of them is coming from UK. Now there is a woman going out, and Fulani want to begin to kill all Igbo saboteur. Why will Fulani kill Igbo saboteur? Because Igbo saboteur are supposed to be helping Fulani. But that is a coded message that they want to start killing the people that they supposedly tag saboteur. It's not Fulani. The girl is telling you indirectly, IPOB want to start killing Igbo saboteurs. That is exactly what they are doing. And then there is another girl, Ife, BIAFRA. Yeah, a condemned property. I pity all those people. And if you are listening to me, it is true IPOB help you to obtain your document. But you cannot trade what is left of you. Remember your mother, or have they threatened to kill your family if you expose them? Because you are selling yourself. Look at Ife. Hey, begin to kill Igbo people, kill Igbo people, kill Igbo people. Let us kill Igbo people. It is time to kill Igbo people. It is time, let us kill Igbo people. And then you have Darlington, as he dey hot, as he dey pepper. Your governors have sold you out. Your governors have sold you. Which of them now? Is it Rogers Okorocha that is funding IPOB to avoid harassment? Is it William Biano that gave jeep to Nnamdi Kanu and his junior brother Emma Powerful to release the attack and blackmail? Is it David Umahi who has lived like a brother with them and yet they blackmail him? Who now? Is it Wike that have given us then IPOB members soft landing? Who sold us? Who did they sell us to? How did you know? Nnamdi Kanu had never denied he didn't sell us, because one very fateful day he told you, having consulted our elders and our precondition being presented, I am glad to now announce to all of you that our demand has been sealed, documented, and delivered. You can now go and vote. He sold you. They captured those people. And then it continued from the interview they got from the man of Abaditi. Let's start again so you can be able to understand all this.
Fulani soldiers, they are about to start killing Igbo saboteurs.
This mighty saboteur should be get rid of.
The Eastern governors have sold you.
It is not even fighting against the enemy. It is now fighting and killing our own people.
One thing that they have is
that is the truth. This is documentary from BBC. If you go on social media now, IPOB is everywhere. Oh, BBC lie more than the devil. BBC have lied. BBC is evil. But everything they said here, all of them are perfectly true. Oh, BBC must be brought down. BBC, you are deceiving yourself. Lie don't have power. Lie don't have power. Only the truth. If you see truth everywhere, shake. You're not fighting. Mazimefo said it. You are not fighting the enemy because there is an enemy. You are fighting your people. Look at the two people. They told you, they gave root to their main action. The other one said, listen, the Fulani want to start killing Igbo saboteur. Igbo saboteur are supposed to be working with the Fulani because they become Igbo saboteur by this orientation, this mindset that they are working for Fulani. Why will Fulani kill those people who are helping them to conquer them? And then Omote came. Now hit the saboteur, kill them, destroy them. My God, I'm not in Europe. I'm in Biafra land. I have been begging Chinasa. Come on, declare me wanted. Make thunder fire all of you. He's making broadcasts. And Mazimefo is a paid agent. He's working for Nigeria. The one going to testify against Nnamdi Kanu. This is to turn all of you against Mazimefo. This was how they said Ngige is going to wear masquerade to testify against Nnamdi Kanu. Ngige want to a clear conscience fears no accusation. All of you from Barrister Aloy Jumako to Barrister what is this one that has collected sword to kill anybody trying Muchineke? What is the why am I forgetting all these people's name today? Ipob lawyer. When I remember it, I tell you. Let them sue me now. I think they owe the courtroom. Your children will hate you. After that process, your children will hate all of you. Oh, they want to testify against Nnamdi Kanu. He want to wear masquerade. Small time they say it is Raphael Owazirike. He want to testify against Nnamdi Kanu. We must not let them. We must kill them. Now it's not Raphael Owazirike because he's supporting IPOB. Because Nnamdi Kanu is his son. So it's not Raphael Owazirike. Now it's Uchimefo. Because he has vowed not to allow this half of this project see corruption. Jinasana is kind. Uchimefo has been paid by Nigeria. Now today Nyash day back after Uchimefo sell Radio Biafra to Nigeria, and then Nnamdi Kanu and Jinasana is still using it to broadcast to Biafra. That is how they rule. You left the enemy and you start killing your people. It didn't start today. All these things you are saying did not start today. We thought Nnamdi Kanu was ignorant. We thought we could manage the situation until we discovered that he remains the wheel in the claws of our progress. He's the very, very clause in the wheel of our progress as far as the Biafra restoration project is concerned. And then what do? We kept quiet. Some of you blamed us. Why did you not speak up? Now we are speaking up. Some of you are blaming. Why are you saying this? My God, we never even see. One of them will make mistake and come forward that day. All their intel in the military, all their intel in the DSS, all their intel in Shrine, all their intel in heaven and earth, we will expose all of them. Very useless set of criminals. You left your supposed enemy, imaginary enemy. You're killing your people. Let us hear an anonymous person outside the struggle. It's a blogger anyway. Let's hear what he says.
Us people of Biafra. No.
The Fulani soldiers, they are about to start killing Igbo saboteurs.
This mighty saboteur should be get rid of.
The Eastern governors have sold you.
It is not even fighting against the enemy. It is now fighting and killing our own people.
But one thing that they have been successful with is their disinformation campaign.
The last man said the only achievement of IPOB led by Nnamdi Kanu is propaganda, disinformation, lie. You can imagine Nnamdi Kanu going to front of the building of United Nations, snap picture, and tell you, yes, we are now going to submit our paper. The zoo will sink. We are there. We are in United Nations. They went to America, work in one lobby. What kind of wicked people are these? Where is the achievement? Aside see Buhari left here, see left here, see Nya, see Buhari head, see Buhari younger, see Buhari. What is his achievement? lie, propaganda. I want to believe some of them are on Facebook already yapping. Oh, it's evil, it's criminal, thunder fire you, easy, Iwakpamo, Inayara, Inukai, Amadio Hakilu. Do you have any other thing to offer? Very unfortunate. Let's continue.
The BBC's disinformation unit has uncovered a network of Nigerians based outside the country who are deliberately spreading false information and violent rhetoric on social platforms in an apparently coordinated effort to stoke ethnic tension and encourage the breakup of the country. The investigation reveals what's being described as a troll farm.
And now, Biafra Restoration Project is not meant to stir up ethnic tension. It is not. This one is a lie. The purpose of Nnamdi Kanu harassing people, lying, and the rest of it is to get people's attention. We got their attention. He would have let them be and focus on the main agenda. Because why I say that one is lie, trying to create ethnic tension, he bound us on Radio Biafra not to cause Hausa and Yoruba now. Yoruba are the in-law. They are my in-law. I'll give you an order. The Yoruba Jesus Christ visited inside the toilet. Nobody should insult her. Nobody. Yorubas are wonderful. Although he speak with both sides of his mouth. So let's assume BBC are coming from an angle I don't know. He was just a con man. The same thing he does to the governors is what he does to other ethnic nationality. Not to cause strife or tension, to cash out. Showore thought IPOB is going to vote for him. He's a president. Oh, vote Showore for president. Showore is our man. Showore is our man. After all, this kind of rubbish, it looks like it's running our DNA. Let us continue because it is important we set the record so far. Don't forget the essence of this broadcast is the journey so far. The journey so far. So each time you're coming, let's insult him, let's do like this. My brother, we have come in peace with a nonchalant attitude. We are.
The investigation reveals what's being described as a troll farm operating across Europe, the United States, Asia, and other African countries, using social media to fuel religious, political, and ethnic unrest and encourage violent, even murderous acts.
Let's go after the saboteurs in our midst.
This is Ife Uwanugo, also known as Omote Biafra. She is a Nigerian based in Italy with 40,000 followers on Facebook. She is part of a group called the Indigenous People of Biafra, known as Ipob. Ipob are a separatist group who want to create a country called Biafra from southeast Nigeria. The Nigerian government has banned Ipob and designated it a terror group. Here, the self-proclaimed media warrior is calling out traditional rulers, members of the clergy, and government officials in the southeast. She is accusing them of colluding with the Nigerian government, who she sees as the enemy, and calling on her followers to take action against them.
Go after this mighty saboteurs. Leave all this saboteur ticket. Go with the mighty saboteur. Go after those ones. Those are the people that need to be beheaded. Those are the people that need to be burnt to ashes. Those are the people, their houses need to be invaded.
Like Efe Nneka.
No, IPOB is telling you you're going to behead them. You're going to behead them.
So
you're going to kill them. Go and kill mighty men. Go on social media now. IPOB are writing, we condemn the killing of Deborah. But at the same IPOB is telling you go and cut all the Igbo people head. Cut all the Igbo people. Which kind of lunatics are this? They want to prove a point. They are mighty warrior. They want to give us Biafra. Is it Biafra for mad people? This is some. If I talk to now, let's reserve it for now. Go for them, kill all of them, kill all the saboteurs. And then IPOB carried on. They carried on.
Actively stokes existing ethnic tension from outside Nigeria.
Immigration.
In this Facebook broadcast from London, she alleges a plot by the Fulani people and other northerners resident in the southeast to exterminate ethnic Igbos.
They are into mission in our land, Biafra land, eastern part of Nigeria. They have come in the name of to shine shoe, to do this, to do all sorts of odd jobs. But now they are into kidnapping. They say that it's fetching them more money. They are on mission to exterminate, kill, maim, wipe all of us.
Although there have been violent clashes between Fulani herders and communities in the southeast, there is no evidence for the sort of conspiracy that Mrs. Igwenagu is alleging.
It's a gradual process. Very soon now, you will see Al Jazeera will say his own. Very soon now, Voice of America will say his own. But you are not saying it. Hey, we are going to pull BBC down. We are going to do this. But did BBC lie now? Outside small misinformation from BBC. But did they lie? At least I can give them 75 for this truth.
The self-proclaimed Republic of Biafra broke away from the Nigerian state in 1967 following the Araba riots, in which thousands of southeasterners living in the north of the country were killed. Biafra was made up of states from the southeast of the country, where the Igbo ethnic group is predominant. The withdrawal of the region from Nigeria led to a civil war that lasted almost 3 years and claimed more than 1 million lives, mostly on the separatist side. It ended in January 1970, with Nigeria promising to pursue a policy of reconciliation, reconstruction and rehabilitation, which some from the region say never happened. For many, the struggle continued. The idea of Biafra never went away.
Nobody born of man or woman.
In 2013, the recently formed indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, led by Nnamdi Kanu, began broadcasts on Radio Biafra, calling again for a movement to gain independence from Nigeria. Campaigning on social media soon followed. Uche Mefo, the co-founder and former deputy leader of Ipob, takes credit for the group's move into the online space.
I was the brain behind the media aspect, especially the internet technology. I set up this Radio Biafra you are talking about today. I set up this Radio Biafra, the internet version, the satellite platform that you're talking about today. So it was during that period as well that we reasoned that the online platform like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter can give us leverage against the atrocities being committed against our people. And it actually has.
Ipob says that its members have been victims of extrajudicial killings by security forces. In 2016, Amnesty International reported that at least 150 peaceful pro-Biafra activists had been killed by security agencies in crackdowns.
Just listen to that statement. Amnesty International acknowledged at least 150, not cow, 150, not go to 150, not just human being. Peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. Nigerian army killed 150 peaceful protesters. The world noticed it. But how far now?
The Nigerian government denied the claims.
I want us to analyze who the...
However, Ipob members have gone beyond alerting others to claims of abuse and moved to direct calls for violence.
There were misinformation, but it was minimum at the time I was there, and I didn't keep quiet about it.
In Nigeria, internet penetration is high and data is relatively cheap, providing a ready audience for those wanting to spread disinformation. There is clearly an appetite for this violent rhetoric. Some Ipob media warriors have as many as 100,000 followers on Facebook. Many also have multiple pages. Mrs. Igwenagu has 4 Facebook pages, most of which she uses to broadcast disinformation and calls for violence almost exclusively in Igbo language.
Ogide youth, ndị niile so wee mee ngagali iwu ahụ. Ihe unu dịka ya bụ na ịmara nnekwu ọkụkọ yilide akwa iche akwa wee were ọnụ tụpịa akwa ahụ wee ṅụba akwa ahụ. Unu niile unu adịrọ dị mma nọ ndụ.
This is her broadcast from London in late 2021. Her target are a youth group in Ogidi, a town in Anambra State. They had organized a march to protest Ipob's order that people shut down businesses and schools every Monday in solidarity with imprisoned Ipob leader Nnamdi Kanu. The Ogidi youth leader was also singled out by other Ipob supporters.
Not known to be coward. Ogidi.
Here is Finland-based lawyer Simon Ekpa, who has thousands of
fears their lives include that is a Finland-based lawyer. They are calling out to Ogidi youth president, and you know what? They ended up killing that guy. Now you know we are not terrorists. We are fighting. We are peaceful. But why? What happened to Ogidi? Chinasa will pay money, sabotage a bunkering athlete, burn down Igbo people over 100.
Followers.
Whoever the president of the youth of Ogidi, whoever he is, wherever he's coming from, and whoever that is paying him to bring pump action, and start walking on the street, they should retract immediately. He should retract his steps and don't go further with this. This is not a threat, but is a fact.
A few weeks after these comments, the youth leader of Ogidi was shot and killed. Those responsible remain unidentified. We contacted Simon Ekpa and Nneka Igwenagu for their comments. Mrs. Igwenagu did not reply. Mr. Ekpa replied, but declined to give a written response. Supporters of Ipob and its leader Nnamdi Kanu have long been active on social media, sharing Mr. Kanu's broadcasts and commenting on posts that relate to the group or events in Nigeria.
Who former Biafra, you must listen to that. Of course, you must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who's doing a very fantastic job.
But a broadcast in May 2020, when Mr. Kanu endorsed specific people that his followers should listen to, brought these so-called media warriors into the limelight. His recommendations include some familiar faces: Efe Uwanugo, Simon Ekpa, Italy-based Faith Ugala. Many of them reference Mr. Kanu's endorsement during their broadcasts as an acknowledgement of their work. Their influence on social media explains why they are seen as a vital part of Ipob's campaign for the breakup of Nigeria. Nicholas Ibikwe, head of investigative journalism at online newspapers, believes they are Ipob's strongest weapon.
There is no doubt in my mind that Ipob has an organized troll farm, perhaps one of their strongest weapons. It's not about their, the whole armed struggle have been unsuccessful. One thing that they have been successful with is their disinformation campaign. And in fact,
Just as you are seeing them, BBC is evil, BBC is evil, BBC. But everything they are saying, BBC did not go and copy you. BBC called us, BBC called them, BBC called everybody, BBC called bingos. None of them responded. This is a very good opportunity to give them the true message. This is the truth. I've given press communique, issued press communique, granted press interview to many stations. They dare not bring it out because it will expose their hypocrisy. All of them. So why are you running? Tell them now, no, we are doing it because we want to go. It's our Biafra, give us our Biafra. Why give them? Tell them now, Chike Doziem, it's your fundamental human right. Criminals everywhere.
Started off with disinformation. Nnamdi, those radio broadcasts Nnamdi Kanu was doing then were steeped in disinformation.
This misinformation came from the top. You understand? So other people started learning from Nnamdi. As an apprentice, you'll be looking up to your master.
One particular target of Ipob's disinformation effort is the Fulani, one of the largest ethnic groups in West Africa. Many Fulani, who are predominantly Muslim, still follow the nomadic cattle herding culture of their ancestors, which brings them into regular conflict with farming communities in several West African countries. However, in Nigeria, tensions have escalated. Over the last decade, there has been an upsurge in attacks and kidnappings across the country, blamed on nomadic Fulani herders. The Global Terrorism Index attributed more than 1,300 deaths to Fulani extremists between 2018 and 2019. However, many Fulani have died in the cycle of revenge killings. Their leaders say they are being attacked by gangs from farming communities who try to steal their cattle, and that they are just defending themselves. Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari is Fulani himself. There are claims his government has been too lenient towards criminal acts committed by some Fulani, which has emboldened many perpetrators. President Buhari denies these claims, calling them unfair. This investigation has seen how these attacks have been weaponized as part of Ipob's disinformation campaigns and painted as part of a grand...
With all this menace of the Fulani headsmen, have we been able to challenge anyone? Have we been able to bring them to book? Are they not the one causing these killings supposedly in our land? We are supposed to teach them lesson. Nnamdi Kanu want to be our God. Very unfortunate.
Conspiracy to subjugate and Islamize the South.
The Ipob had this thing with cattle because they believe the Hausa Fulani are going to farm, all kinds of propaganda. Some of these things, there might be truth in some of these allegation of herdsmen destroying farms. There's no doubt herdsmen were destroying farms and all of that. But then I came up with a story of, oh, they were also raping our women. There might be some truth in that, but Ipob took it several notches and made it like a rhetoric, I made it like an anthem. So any attack, even if it's not remotely connected to the Hausa Fulani, they blame it on Hausa Fulani.
The leader of Miyetti Allah Kautal Huri, a group fighting for the welfare of the Fulani in Nigeria, told the BBC that many allegations against the Fulani are being fabricated for political reasons, and that they are unfairly being blamed for rapes and kidnappings in areas where they are not even present. But the anti-Fulani disinformation effort extends beyond the herders themselves to ethnic Igbo officials and traditional rulers who live in the southeast. Government workers, politicians and police have all been accused on social platforms of collaborating with the Fulani against other Nigerians. Ipob leader Nnamdi Kanu has called for security officers to be killed.
Kill them. If you see the army and the police in your village, kill all of them. Any vehicle you see from tonight, 12 midnight to 5, destroy it completely.
This is from his Facebook.
But he didn't say we should kill his sister. His sister is with the Nigerian police. Huh? Kill them. But his sister is with the police. He didn't say kill my sister. Very useless set of criminals.
Live broadcast on April 22, 2021. This sentiment continues to be echoed by his followers across social media. They call the security services and traditional rulers saboteurs or sabos, a slur word revived from the days of the Civil War that, when used then as now, was often a death sentence. Last December, 2 traditional rulers in Imo State were kidnapped from their palaces and taken to a camp where they were tagged saboteurs to the Biafran cause and tortured. One of them was killed. The video of the torture of the traditional rulers was obtained by the Nigerian police officers who raided the camp of the kidnappers. It is too graphic to be shown on screen. Sarah Eze, a police officer at the start of her career. For safety, we have changed her name. One morning in early 2021, she was on duty as a prison guard at a correctional facility in the southeast of Nigeria. Sarah's duty that day was to transport prisoners, but the vehicle she and her colleagues were traveling in was ambushed. Armed men killed Sarah and took her gun. Over a year later, her family is still trying to come to terms with her murder.
Now let us be sincere. Aside the Fulani story from BBC, which is actually main target for this documentary program, to exonerate the Fulanis, every other thing they said about Nnamdi Kanu, Ipob, is it true, Sarah Eze? That is not her name. They have to hide her name because Nnamdi Kanu, Ipob can go and wipe out the whole family. So this matter will die. What BBC said regarding the activity of Nnamdi Kanu, is it true? I think let me put it on Facebook. I think I saw a woman made a really statement. Somebody said something. It's worthy to be noted. I think, let me not distract what I'm doing. Oh, you are selling yourself. How can I sell myself when Nnamdi Kanu have sold me already? Even dash me money from the change. How can I sell myself? You sell me, collect all the whole money. Very unfortunate people. Sarah Eze, which is not her name, they have to hide her name just to save the remaining members of the family. Are they lie? Is that the way to get Biafra? Is that how we are to fight for this Biafra? Let's stop deceiving our people.
Kemgbe m na nwatakịrị a tawara ahụ, ndị agha fụrụ anyị wee nwụọ. Chineke mere m amara ewere aha ya si ka ntinye n'ọrụ polisi. Ebe obi ya na-akwụ ụgwọ ụlọ, eme everything, achọ ihe ọ na-eri. Bịa ka nọkọtaziri, hey Chineke nna. Since ahụ, ihe afụbe m n'ahụ.
The Nigerian government blames Ipob for the murder of hundreds of security officials as well as civilians. Ipob denies involvement, insisting it is agitating for separation from Nigeria through peaceful means. Their media warriors, though, continue their calls for violence. While the desire of seeing their home region break away from Nigeria motivates many of them, financial gains from donations and social media monetization also seems to play a part. In a rare interview, a former high-ranking member of Ipob spoke to us via phone. He told us how the group says it pays people to spread violent rhetoric and disinformation against.
And now, for your record, that one is me. The audio that we play now is George ONYIBE. told them how Chike Doziem is being paid. Nnamdi is being paid. Nnamdi Kanu, in fact, he takes lion's share. All the DOS, all of them are being paid. All the coordinators in Biafra land, state coordinator, all of them are being paid. All the social media, Emeka Gift, all of them, media warrior, all of them are being paid. They don't pay me. They don't. They don't. Go and ask Ikechukwu. At least the people who are still serving, who know the truth, go and find out from them. They pay you money, finish. You will talk rubbish. They lie. Now you see why we cannot be compromised. We are not there to be paid. We are there to engage the true conversation, the true process to save our people. We are not there to pamper anybody. They pay themselves. Now let's listen to what I said. For record purposes, because most of you, sorry for that, most of you will not understand that it's me, so that you can document me, Saboteur George ONYIBE, very well, because hell will judge all of you. Hell is going to judge all of you. Record it very well. Just hold on, because all these things we are doing, we are destroying ourselves. Let's go.
Against the Nigerian government.
We have media laws who their first priority of the operation should have been countering some fake reports, information about us. But then, soon Nnamdi Kanu discovered that the activities is making move from his own shenanigans. And so they decide a little bit modify their modus operandi. They bought thousands of laptops. So most of the people you see on social media actually responding from COVID. That is one group. And then you have those of us in Nigeria here. What they do is they pay you money to recharge your account. They buy data for you. They are everywhere in Nigeria. And of course, there is unemployment, and somebody who can receive an Android phone of 70 to 100,000, maybe a laptop of 400,000 or thereabouts, they will do your video. So they are paid, they are encouraged, there is a lot of benefit to it, and most of them feel they are fighting for their father's nation without knowing that they are being used.
The BBC could not independently.
Just a minute. That is the truth. They paid them money, all of them, Efe, Ogala, all of them, Darlington, they paid them handsomely. And Nnamdi Kanu appointed 27 of them. I've been saying this for a very long time. You will notice I don't miss the figure. Out of the 27, 2 of them called me. One of them sent me a message. He said, I have been asking you, what is the problem you have with Nnamdi Kanu and Ipob? We have been ordered to descend on you in the coming days. And believe me, you will not survive it. I just say I should let you know. And this is because the brother know I am innocent. The brother know I didn't do anything. But of course, the benefit is enormous. He has to do that. He who pays the piper, detain the tune. I know. So all I need to do is, when he's insulting me, I know who he is. He has no choice. Or else he will be a saboteur. And maybe he's at their mercy. They will kill him. And then the next person called me and said, see, we are 27 of us. Nnamdi Kanu have told us to rubbish you till you cannot open your front door to come outside again. Misinformation. And what did they do? Having been paid, taken care of, they started, first of all, hey, George ONYIBE is sleeping with people's wife. He's sleeping with people's wife. They killed that woman. Is it Rosefina they call her Plateau State? And the woman died, they moved to another one. George ONYIBE collected money from Ojizo Kanu, Wike, and George ONYIBE killed Igbo people. Hey, George ONYIBE collected money from Okezi Ekpazo, and they shared it with Ikechukwu. Hey, George ONYIBE drink kai. George ONYIBE is a block mother. They try to demonize me. For God's sake, there is no shame in the womb that gave birth to me. And how could you possibly do that? Because they were paid. Look at the Darlington coming to tell you, I see the Pepe. Where is OK Foreign? Where is Rabbi Chance? Where is Pastor Jack? I say the pepper, I say the pepper, I say the hot, I say the hot. It dey hot for who? It dey pepper for who? And I never seen a disgrace where they come. Let's continue.
Verify these claims, but we have seen broadcasts by some of the people identified as being part of this disinformation effort admitting to being paid, either by Ipob or by supporters, for the work they do.
So that money was truly sent to me, and I share within the people, the names of the people where we say that money.
They give you when you share the money.
Yes, they give me the money, make I share and as in among ourselves.
We contacted Ipob leadership with our findings from this investigation. The leadership replied, but did not provide a response. We contacted all of the media warriors featured in this story to ask for their comments, but had no response. Meanwhile, on the ground, people struggle to come to terms with the violence their broadcasts have called for. In the first 3 months of this year, more than 30 police officers, soldiers, customs officers, and civilians have been killed by unknown gunmen in the southeast region. During the BBC team's trip to the region to gather material for this report in February, 7 police officers were killed at checkpoints in Enugu State, and a police station in Anambra State was attacked. And still, the disinformation and calls to violence continue. But how is that happening? Social media companies insist hate speech and harmful disinformation are against their community guidelines and actively work to remove it. The BBC team investigating these pages found that Meta, Facebook's parent company, had in fact issued warnings to some of them. But the disinformation spreaders have learned how to beat the system by using local languages. Human moderation in local languages is limited, and the technology social media companies deploy also seems to find it hard to recognize breaches of its guidelines when not in English.
If you speak to most disinformation experts, fact checkers, they will tell you that language is a problem. I mean, in Nigeria, you don't think about it. There are more than 200 languages. If tomorrow a particular section of Nigeria wanted to, fight this particular section, and they go into their language silos and ecosystem and things like that, echo chambers, you probably won't be able to pick it. And then let's say you get into WhatsApp, which is sort of end-to-end encrypted. How are you as a fact checker, how are you going to understand what is happening in that space? It will take you, somebody flagging it, then you now have to translate to English, understand the context, understand the dialect, understand the language, how it is said, before you can actually do anything about it.
Okinna Okechukwu, also known as Biafran Child, is one of the media warriors, and he demonstrates this tactic when he calls for attacks on a known critic of Ipob.
Why I'm saying this in my downlet is because I don't want them to stop me. I don't want them to block me. I don't want them to block me on this page. But what I'm trying to tell you, for those of you that don't understand my downlet, ask people.
Posts on Mr. Okechukwu's page claim he has received warning from Facebook. While this indicates that Facebook is doing something about disinformation, Nicholas Ibekwe believes that Ipob and its adaptable troll army has found fertile ground on Facebook, and the social media platform should do more.
What is Facebook doing? Why are those videos still up on Facebook? People come in and do Facebook broadcasts for hours, where they basically threaten people's lives, where they claim that they will kill so and so people, and they basically, one way or the other, even, take responsibility for some killings that has happened. Why they do all those virtual signaling and call out and say all sort of on Facebook. And it seems Facebook has really gone to sleep, or Facebook does not think that this comments, this post that they do on Facebook have consequences.
The BBC reported 2 of the numerous broadcasts identified as containing potentially harmful disinformation and outright call for attacks on people to Facebook. 3 different accounts reported the posts. They received the same statement, saying their technology reviewed the report and ultimately decided not to take it down. We reached out to Facebook again, querying this assessment. This was their response. Facebook took down the broadcasts on April 5th after the BBC sent links to them directly. A Meta spokesperson told the BBC that calling for violence was unacceptable. Meta also said the broadcasts reported by the BBC team were removed because they violated their policies. It said it would continue to take aggressive steps to combat harmful content and misinformation across people, reviewing content in more than 70 languages, including Igbo. However, at the time of publication, similar broadcasts by the two reported accounts remain on the platform. The Nigerian government has been pushing for more regulation of social media use in Nigeria. But in November 2021, the head of what Ipob calls its Directorate of State, Switzerland-based Chika Edoziem, called for the media warriors to get ready for more work. This well-oiled machine and the disinformation campaign it promotes continues.
Very, very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. The journey so far. Now, be sincere to yourself. Just be sincere to yourself. If I were to be in the classroom and had the privilege to mark this documentary, coming to the aspect of Nigeria and Fulani, I will give BBC 10% or 15% because we know what's up. But coming to the side of Ipob and Nnamdi Kanu, I will give them 75/50. Is it true? The only thing you can do is, oh, you are a saboteur, oh, you are a saboteur, you are a saboteur. I have to pick up some comment which is very important, and that is, those of you who still believe or you still have conscience, distance yourself from disinformation, from falsehood, for fake propaganda, noisemaker, fake freedom fighters. Disassociate yourself from them. We are not fighting for fake land. We don't want to take Yoruba land, Hausa land. You see, our land we want. We want to get out of Nigeria. So why lying? The moment you lie, you bring propaganda, terrorism. My brother, you are endangering everybody. Most of you have not been able to come in terms with this truth. Let us be wise. I will stop here. Ipob bingos, you are doing well. Is it not only insult you will insult me? Saboteur doesn't reign anymore. But the level of wickedness of Nnamdi Kanu to come out and want to destroy Igbo nation, and it's still being supported by some Igbo people who want to kill, and then some Igbo people will collect money and be passing wrong information. Now go to Facebook. All you will see is, in fact, let me go to my page and then look at some of their comments regarding BBC. That is the media warrior. That is the media warrior. Nothing else. They are busy telling you, oh, Deborah, they killed Deborah, oh, Deborah is dead. But they are doing worse even here in Biafra land. They are doing worse. If you are still proud of Ipob member, follow the leadership built by structure Nnamdi Kanu, which MFO is one of the people Nigerian government will use to testify against Nnamdi Kanu. Where are all these criminals? They are calling Deborah when they have done worse atrocity in Biafra land than Deborah. Deceiving everybody. Lie everywhere. Breaking news: Ipob doesn't kill people. Ohanaeze Ndigbo blast the BBC. But Ohanaeze Ndigbo are saboteur. You go and ask on Nnamdi now, they will tell you they didn't say. Now you know people really fighting for Biafra. BBC attacked DOS and their crew. BBC encouraged Ibu autopilot. Did you hear BBC now encouraging Ibu autopilot here? Did you hear that? The latest agenda now is to use Simeon Ekpa as a scapegoat. I feel for Simeon. Simeon, collect your balance money and then come for deliverance, because you are going to be the next demon to be manufactured by Nnamdi Kanu. Where are others? Give BBC brand envelope. They will testify the goodness of the devil. They said those that vote are not on social media. Okay, that is not for BBC. And then another one say BBC is the mouthpiece of Nkwenso. Rubbish everywhere, just to deceive you, just to discredit you. In as much as I'm not a fan of BBC and I meticulously listen to everything they say, this documentary program about Nnamdi Kanu and his bingo, they are true. I'll bring the broadcast to an end this moment. Just two advice. Number one, disassociate yourself from IPOB led by Nnamdi Kanu. And anybody who finish broadcast and say, oh, Nnamdi Kanu is our leader, oh, our leader Nnamdi Kanu, they are your problem. And my second advice is, our fight, our quest is legit. It is our right. So why criminalize the process? Except there is something you are not telling the people. The lines are open at this moment. If you're able to call in, you can make your own contribution. But if not, I will be winding up. If time permits me, we'll be here in the evening. But if, based on the schedule, I cannot meet up, we'll continue from there tomorrow morning. I think I have a caller on the line already. Let me go to her without wasting much of her time. Can you hear me, Agumwale? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you, Doctor. Good afternoon, sir, from here.
You're welcome, madam. Go ahead, please.
I just entered now and I heard you talking. I said, let me just end my view small before it will be cut. I really thank you for the good work you have been doing for us, sir. I really thank you. And I thank all the people that have been strong into this restoration project. I thank Uche Mefo, the gentle lion himself, Daddy Vidu Bini, Dr. Kado, and all the other rest of our good leaders over there, the genuine lovers of freedom, that those that I remember and those that I could not remember for now. I thank you for the good work you're doing, and also Odiogene as well. Yes, breeze has blown and we have started beginning to see the nyash of fowl. There's no any lies they cannot tell, but thank God that the whole world have known them as liars. On social media, I saw what the one they call their lawyer Ijimako tweeted. I don't actually know whether these people's brain has been sewn to death. Does it mean that this man want to tell me that he is not seeing what is happening, or what has been going on, he's not seeing it or he's not hearing it? And I still maintain that these lawyers are the devil's advocate. They are the major problem that Ekpedima himself has. Because as a lawyer, you know the ethics of law. You know the kind of things somebody's supposed to say with his or her mouth, and things he ought not to say. But for the fact that they are getting fat money, fat salaries from the hand of IPOB people, they kept on pushing Ekpedima to the pit that he is into today. I keep on maintaining that these people should be investigated. How can you call yourself a lawyer and you are doing this kind of a thing, encouraging your person to be inciting violence into the society, and the violence incited, you are seeing it everywhere over the social media, and you see your client single-handedly floating a security outfit to somebody that is not a state actor. You never fought war. You were not even among the people that fought the Nigeria Biafran war. nothing concerning war or into the history of war that he even knew. And you call that person your client, you supported him and deal with him, he floated that security outfit that is not backed up by law. And then they did not add, they did not remove. The only mistake I'm seeing them making there is calling Fulani the largest ethnic group in West Africa. That one is typical lie. Let them go and edit that statement. It's not true they are saying. They are not the largest. If they don't know the people that are the largest, let them go and do research. Now, all the things they showcase there is what you people said. They did not put in their own broadcast. All the Fulanis are this, Fulanis are that is sowing hatred into people's hearts against their fellow counterparts. And now that he is inside there, Fulanis are not kidnapping again, they are not raping again. It's his own people are kidnapping and raping. They will come to social media and say something, they will go and execute it. When the thing is raising dust, they will come to light. Is Jumatona saying that the IPOB is representing is not a violent movement? Is he a fool? He had Nnamdi Kanu using his mouth to say that they should go and ambush Nigeria troops, kill them, behead them. If any of them enters bush, they will use them as bushmeat. He had it categorically clear. And he had him saying that, teaching his people on how to make petroleum bomb on earth, they will use to kill. He had him saying that anybody that is in Nigeria force, either police or army, should be killed. He had him when he was threatening Bubago people. If not because that those people strong past them and match them, waiting for them, they would have gone secretly to start killing them the way they are killing police people. Because the police people could not organize themselves, they have been taking them down. How many police stations have they burnt down? The guns they are using today, are they not from the Nigeria police? And this man is still supporting evil. I don't know where the one that opened his hair like Road. I don't know where he is now. The one they call the Ozukome. I thought that immediately when he stepped into the matter will close. He came to collect his own money, thinking that it's a moonlight play. Where is he now? I think even the one they call the Church and Bell from America, they call Finn Bruce or what they call him. I thought that he said a lawyer, Ifeanyi Ejimofo should resign. And up to today, you see Galivanti showcasing himself in the court. What kind of liars are these? I said devil lies, but these people lies more than devil. They are the real representative of devil on this planet Earth. I saw the ones they paraded on social media. Even a woman is among the gangsters. Your husband kidnap people and carry cars home. Then you have the inventory to go and start learning how to drive with somebody's sweat that they kidnap. That if peradventure case is not taken, that person will be killed. And they are going to learn how to drive with the car so that you'll be cruising another man's car that is kidnapped by your husband. They were hailing on non-government when they broke a correctional center in Imo State. Today, look at the dividend of the breakage of the correctional center. And somebody will be coming to cover them up. We will continue to be talking. If they like, let them hear. If they don't like, let them not hear. But I know Karma one day must catch up with all of them. But what turns my blood is that somebody know that what he's saying is lie. He will still be saying it. Misinforming everybody on air. You are doing media warrior. Now the Jimako is saying that his people is not doing media warrior. Why they themselves announce it on air? Telling people to go after social person and go after social person. If anybody just bring out any idea that is not the same thing with theirs, they will go after that person. One of them will have up to 10 persons Facebook accounts. Some will manipulate it with the machine to get many followers. To make it that they are talking down on people. They thought that by now maybe all of us would have gone to hide our faces. They didn't know that truth always stands alone. Truth is not looking for any convert or any crowd. Truth stands alone, and the minute that truth will continue to stand. And all of them that are bending up, I think Fernand will see herself and see what they have done to herself. See how all of them are like witches and wizards now. Look at their faces. They are abroad. Because of the evil they brought upon themselves, all of them are looking haggard. The person that is her own remains to come onto this social media is China Samuru and Master Prophet. I saw Master Prophet when he was threatening the chick Dosium up front and back, sideways, anything concerning money. He now said that he has resigned from his work. He quit his job. He is now into R3OB fully. All these lazy baboons. So all of them want to die put for the blood of our innocent ones. Is Biafra agitation a work? But that doesn't have made it a merchandise that is paying their fat salary. And that's the reason why they are working against the restoration. Because they know if the Biafra comes, that the tree that is minting money for them will stop. And that's why they continue doing the evil. And that's evil all of them are doing. You will definitely catch up with them. I don't know what the Nigerian government is doing. They killed one of theirs, a couple that is going for their traditional wedding. And since then, they are still keeping adamant now. And now, look at what the ordinary students in the university did. Killing somebody, burning the person that he blasphemed Mohammed. But then they said that doing all manner of evil. Let me see how they will do it. I know Ipob are all over the social media yapping. But they don't know that they are doing evil more than those people. But I'm not supporting anything evil. All of them that have killed somebody, either by omission or commission, the person must be brought to book, whether they like it or not. Now, look at what I don't know. They are saying on social media, talking rubbish that fill their mouth today. They have denied the killing of those couples. They went and dig and manufacture the traditional wedding. And you know all these liars, when they want to say something, they forgot the reality behind it. They now say that it's not in, although that is kid, it's not in Imo State. Some say it's in Benue. Some say it's in Cameroon. The first state Cameroon. The box that one, they now said is in North. That is the same day you're supposed to do church wedding in Benue. That the thing happened. How can that be? So they forgot to know that some people for this present generation is the day they did the church wedding, they don't normally do traditional wedding. They will use one stone to kill two birds at a time. When they rush in the morning and do traditional, then they will rush in the afternoon and do their wedding in the church. They have forgotten. So when that one has been debunked now, they know that there's nowhere they will hold hand again. They now get to mute on that one and start diverting attention, writing manner of rubbish. Now the killing of Deborah Abubakar is the one they are jumping up and down, ranting. And then now they are causing BBC. You are causing BBC. If BBC tells lies, they didn't tell lie half of you people. And they are now saying that give BBC brand envelope, you will not testify against you or in favor of you. Which means that it's the business they are into. All those business they are doing, they know how it happens. They themselves knows how they bribe people to come and start talking nonsense. All these recruits that are on social media are talking nonsense today, none of them started this agitation at the right time. They didn't know what the nitty-gritty of this agitation of a thing. They are just on social media collecting money for data and they are feeding, talking nonsense. But they didn't know that thing they created, the monster they created is the one that will consume all of them. A time is coming that all of them will run out of blaspheming and out of lies. There's no any lie they can lie again, because all the ones they lied, all of them are coming back to them, and there is nothing they can do about it. And truth will always stand tall, and that is going to happen. When Uchemefo was warning them, they were calling him names. I think they said Uchemefo is dead and buried. So Uchemefo now is working against them according by all what their rubbish they are writing. is the one that went and wrote to the government to do this, to do that. Is it that person that Chinasa Nworu and Co brought to the coffin they used in burying their own father and mother, not Uchemefo? Is it the one that is alive now and working against you people? Nobody is working against you people. It's karma that is working against you people. All the evil you people committed is working against you. Now, Master Prophet is getting it hot with a dossier. Now, criminal Fegu is getting it hot now with a pilot. That's how all of them, no matter they are the same thing. But no matter they are the same thing, the same person is writing the script that reading and playing on it. But definitely, karma will talk. The way God Himself turned the language of those that are building the Tower of Babel, that's how we will turn their language and their brain. They are the ones that are going to kill themselves. They will work against themselves, and there is no two ways about it. Karma must catch up with them. The God of heaven we are worshiping must go against them, and the four elemental bodies must work against them, because they have sown evil into our land. They have killed our children enough, and the blood of the innocent souls, the way the Abel blood was crying unto the Lord till when Cain became fugitive, so also the blood of our innocent souls, they have been stealing on our land, is crying unto the Lord, and all of them must become fugitive on this planet Earth, whether they like it or not, from the experiment down to all their members, even the least recruit, unless if they will trace their safe back. Otherwise, all of them and their generation will become fugitive on this planet Earth, and so shall it be. So I thank you for the good work you are doing. Continue doing it. God in heaven is seeing you, and He knows our hearts. We go nowhere. We must continue and stand Gidigba for the good thing that we believe. Bye-bye from here, sir.
Of course, the truth cannot be overemphasized. Don't forget the topic. They're turning so far. Should I say how market? Ipob people everywhere trying to see how to debunk supposed lie, which is true. Agitation for Biafra restoration continue. But you see, criminalizing the process is not allowed. It's not allowed. We cannot be encouraged. If Nnamdi Kanu can pay people, our brothers, to blackmail us, oh God. I'm joined by my dad in the Lord. Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me? Mazubidi, can you hear me? Good afternoon, sir, from here.
But yes, I can. Yeah, good early morning from here, my brother, my reverend. Thank you so much for your efforts. Thank you. This message must be preached, and for those who have ears, they will hear, and the ones that don't want to hear, it's up to them. It is so sad and so disheartening that the prayer has turned to predator. Again, the prayer has turned to predator. All right, let me make it clear for some of the bingos that are here. Maybe they can understand me. Umu bingo. Obi even wute. Even wute. Na onye anu a na-achụ achụ aghọgozi anụ na-achụ mmadụ. Na anụ a na-achụ ka egbu a na-egbu sinsi abụgozie ndị a na-asị n'ọfa na-egbu because of idiocy. I hope you got it now. I hope you understand what I'm saying. It seems like you guys are irredeemable. the more a na-ekwu ka unu na-ezuzu, including ndị nwansi na ha bụ ndị isi n'ala Igbo. A na-ezuzureri arapụ ebe anyị n'anya wee kwụsị nsogbu a na-agagheri na-ekwugheri. It's so sad. So sad. None of you are seeing this cry while we are crying. No, so no, my God, the way will I got the bat knows how ugly he is, and that's why they fly at night. They don't want to expose themselves out there. But this also, Nnamdi Kanu, the Leviathan of our time, he had come to inflict injuries on already injured Biafrans. And let him go and hospitalize himself. Let him submit to mental health facility. 2020 November. I was crying out of my heart, and I asked this guy to submit himself to mental health facility. None of you understands it. Today we have a Fulani young girl giving narratives on BBC. Disinformation, she called it. If you listen to her voice, you will know exactly what she's doing. Because of lunacy of Nnamdi Kanu. By the way, my Reverend, I'm glad you gave a percentage to what that woman was saying. And you also scored the bingos and puppies so that they will know what you are saying. Because everything you have said here, you know, a lot of them don't understand why you are playing this. They don't. All they are looking in the periphery. Oh, he's playing and supporting BBC. Oh, no, and this and that. They don't understand why you playing this. But I'm glad that at the intel of your broadcast, you gave score to that Fulani young girl. And also, by scoring what they're doing. After all effort for years, over time, you must listen to Ufu Biafra, Efe Biafra. You must listen to Feto Gala. Ndiala in Europe cannot direct Biafrans to go and listen to. The harlots in Europe. Tell me what they are going to do for you. Just criminal everywhere. They're going in. People have put in this struggle to be able to stand against this evil government called Nigeria. Was manipulated. People were Tazielo Nefe Biafra. Now Ufuoma Biafra. Wono Jegebezi Fante. No more Biafra and Mweruche. You still don't get it? You still don't get it. Because you are still praising a wicked soul. You're still highlighting him as your leader. Every money that was put into help assist our people was stolen, including the ones that was given to him during the science sale and delivered. He swallowed all the money. Our people that he was commanding, go and behead them, go and eat them. No bushmeat, an agno, right? All those boys he commanded to go inside the bush, mainly, most of them are gone today. Then he went and submitted himself with his collaborators. And then today he's a rendition there. They must use him. Fools everywhere. Fools. Again, the prey has turned to predator. Look at what that young girl is saying. By the way, my reverend, you know that young girl interviewed me, but she cut off all the 1 hour interview. Wasn't able to put it. And if I'm not mistaken, if I call her name, you probably know that I'm right. Because I gave her what she needs to hear. Her last name is Tucker. And I don't know if you're listening or concur if I'm right, because it's important that the truth must be spoken here. It doesn't matter who,
of course, you are
whatever angle that person is coming from.
I know that.
Her last name was Tucker. She interviewed so many people and took what she did was extracted all this lunacy on the Facebook that our people are these idiots that say they are fighting for freedom are saying, and juxtaposed to her own story to tell the world that Fulanese are saints. For nothing. We are preaching hate speech. We have done disinformation. They don't have money to put up a documentary because of the so-called idiots they call the media warrior that are shouting and disgracing our people and messing up all the effort that we are putting together. Because if they are media warrior, they should be able to put a clean-cut documentary, which I've always asked for. You say you are the media head. How come BIAFRA has not had a good documentary to document all these things? Factual documentary. Not coming to the Facebook to threaten to behead people. Factual documentary. All the money. They cannot even pay a professional to put a good documentary to tell our story. Because the story will always favor the hunter until the hunter that tells their own story. But how do we tell our own story? We collect our monies from people and then we sponsor rats. We share them. We share money. They give us money. We share them. Look at this idiocy. They're sharing money to come and insult people on Facebook and damage the efforts of people. They're sharing money. Okay? And this young Fulani girl is now saying that we are Biafrans, because it's not excluding me as a Biafran. It's not excluding you. She's saying that Biafrans, what we are saying is that we are giving this information. We are kind of creating tension in the land. And we know that this guy that works with Buhari, his secretary or whatever, this Yoruba guy, has once said in the public, your land or 6 feet. Your land in Channels TV. It's either you give your land or you go 6 feet down. How
How many lies will I talk about? Is it the one that is given out by Lai Mohammed every day? Or the one that is given out by El Rufai every day? Is it the killings that is ongoing? Yesterday, we just witnessed another young girl that was killed, and I know that the people that killed her has not been arrested for expressing her religious freedom. Is it lies that in Imo State, Hope Uzodinma held down the community of Ezimikike to pay Fulani millions of naira? Ndị nọkwa na befa ka ọ n'ifa Fulani si futajelo mkpụrụ efi bịa na Imo steeti taa n'ifa. The people they have deprived, they went to farmlands to cultivate all the way from Hatasile Nkedi na Benue talobata na Igbo n'ata. Are we? Is this disinformation? This Fulani that is running wild in Nigeria, on the streets of everywhere in Nigeria, both the Yoruba land, both in Endo, both in Biafra land, messing up with the traffic. And motorists have to respect the Fulani cow as they walk slow along the major highways. This disinformation, and this lady is trying to, because of their culture, they are doing their cow business, so that the Biafrans are killing them. What kind of nonsense is this?
It's their ancestral heritage. They are doing their nomadic ancestral heritage.
Can you imagine that kind?
I don't have time for them because ordinarily they don't have a voice against us. They know
they don't.
They are only using the weapon they have, which is the main lie. But the problem is Nnamdi Kanu has humiliated everybody. And most of our people who would have stood up against this his atrocity are supporting. Are you not hearing now that Haneze Ndibu has, they said they are versing for the BBC, Haneze Ndibu may boycott election. These people will go and collect money and shut up later.
They have the idiots everywhere. Oh, yeah, yesterday I told you, I said, I wonder how you maintain your sanity. Who is that of Haneze Ndibu that was not, did not show themselves up when this issue of Biafra was being discussed? Did they help in any form? Presidency. They're talking about presidency. When their people are being killed, unfortunately, being killed by Nnamdi Kanu and his group. What are they trying to cover? Do you see the shameless old man called him Bazuliki Amechi? Now, if you want peace, I want to bring peace, and I want to die in peace. I could call. Whatever you sow on this earth, you will reap. Because he was one of the people that fought against Ojukwu. And today he's telling us he fought to keep Nigeria one. And he has kept Nigeria one under this Mozambique situation, where people are claiming that they are right. The clashes between sometimes the farmers will try to steal their cow. Yeah, this girl and you punono no tutu. She thinks she has done great a documentary.
Would I blame her if it's not the idiocy of this Nnamdi Kanu and wickedness? It being nonsense now, although a legit cause, a legitimate agitation. Very sad. Very sad. It's really sad. The people don't understand what we have. Let me tell you, my reverend, I'm even surprised that I'm glad that you mentioned that you are the one that's saying what you're saying, so that they will know that you are standing on the truth. But I tell you, that documentary, I was interviewed for this documentary, and there's nowhere, because I gave them what they want to hear. It's just like today, all this nonsense is happening. We've been reaching out to some of these people that wants to resolve the problem, but they are shelving it off because they don't want to resolve the problem. We are the ones that knows what is happening. We can stop this nonsense. We can stop it. And so, if all these people are coming out, you don't know what is happening because you think you can resolve the problem without looking at the root cause, then you must be wallowing in ignorance before you can solve a problem. This is why I love this advanced country so much, because everything they do is practical. When there's a problem, they do analysis and they get to the problem and resolve problem. Here we are. Everybody wants to resolve problem because they think they can, but you don't have the information in your hands. And you want to resolve problem. Now, and I'm also happy that you mentioned that they are going to make this guy, Simon Ekpa, because of his love of money. He is the next sacrificial lamb. He is. Because now, people are now believing that Simon Ekpa is the cause of this problem. Can you imagine that? And China Sanwo continue to boast and to make out his boat. He continues to threat. They continue to live out their threat. It was just a month ago. It's not even a month ago. The 100 and something died in Ohio, where China Sanwo sent his boys to go and set up a community on fire. And the Ohanes and Igbo will say that these dingoes are not killing people. Isn't that a shame? And now it's Simon that is creating problem. Was this Simon that launched ESN? No, because he jumped in and he wanted to make his own money from the whole sham. But that's gonna be good for him. Because he saw the truth. Instead of telling the whole truth, he's telling a half-truth. He's telling half-truth. He still have he's still a disciple. So he's going to get his own share. My Reverend, it's so heartbreaking, and I'm glad you played this. Your program was based on this documentary. And I'm here to tell the young girl that did that documentary, she is far from the truth. I'm not supporting the bingos or the puppies, but that lady is far from the truth. The Fulanis are the ones that are giving this information out there. They are the ones that are killing all Nigerians.
Everything she said about the Fulanis, all of them are lies, just like Nnamdi.
Lies.
But we already know this truth. Their lies cannot do us anything. But it is for us to do the right thing, which Nnamdi compromised the whole process. Imagine he's telling you Fulanis are the largest ethnic nationality in West Africa. But then she should have told us that they are the least minority in Nigeria. She didn't tell us that. Let's go by that figure. Fulanis are the largest ethnic nationalities in West Africa. It's okay. But they are the least minority in Nigeria. But we know that's true.
I asked you a question earlier on. Did she introduce herself to you?
She did. But what I discovered from what you said...
Check what I'm saying to you. I don't want to make sure...
this is the truth. This is the truth from what I just discovered from you now. This job is not the job of one person, because it's actually a Yoruba lady that interviewed me.
Yeah, okay.
So I think, yes, they now gathered information and then they moved on. When I was called...
It seemed like the narrative.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
When I was called upon to grant them an interview about the IPOB, I said, I don't have a problem with that, depending on what you want to ask me. So they were focusing on the area of Ipob media activities. The misinformation and the rest of it. And I told them, well, as far as the struggle was concerned, our job was to correct the misinformation against us as a people. But somewhere along the line, they were Nnamdi Kanu, because he has found money, decided to change the whole system. And that is the truth. Our duty is to counter Nigerian lie against us.
That's right.
And then Nnamdi Kanu took the same weapon to undermine his own very people. So I think they have different people getting information, interview from different people, then they put it together.
Yes, and you know why I intuitively know that this is part of the same process, and I believe what you said. The one that interviewed me, it appears that the voice that did the narration is the voice that interviewed me. Okay? And none of the piece of my interview was shown there, because I gave them what they want. The reason I said that is when I called the brother, Igbo brother that brought her to me, and I told him, I said, you know, this interview is coming at a late time, because this interview should have been in the what is it called, 2020. You understand what I'm saying?
2020, 2021.
21, because that's when this problem started. I think that if you want to grant interview, you should give interviews to people who are doing this thing and see what is the problem. I told the guy, I don't want to mention his name. As time goes on, if he requires that I mention his name, I will. But the lady came for this interview. The reason I can intuitively say that it's the same package is she kept asking me about these media warriors. You understand what I'm saying? That is the beginning statement. And I said, I don't know anything about media warrior. I only know that my role is covering America and the entire America, including the North and South. And what I do here is to tell the people about what we are going through in Nigeria. That it's been how many years now since Nigeria promised to reintegrate rehabilitators and whatever, reconstruct Biafra land after the war, that they haven't done. And you see, the lady mentioned exactly things in the beginning of the documentary. So that's how I can tell you that this is part of the thing. But they picked and chose what they want to put together. Okay? But the idea is not even the whole thing. Yesterday when I listened to this, I put my hands on my head, and I mourned for a while, and I said, look at this classic documentary. If only somebody that knows the truth will know that what this woman is saying here is partially right, but he was in the favor of Nigerian terrorists.
They garnish the lie with the truth.
The truth.
They garnish the lie with the truth.
That's all it is. And she's trying to make this prey a predator. Like I said, these fools faith or Gawa, whatever they call them, all these idiots, all of them, Biafra. What are they doing to Biafra struggle today? It's complete disgracing Biafra struggle. Sometimes they come out there opening up their legs for people to do, or they don't wear even clothes. Okay, say, Biafra, okay, so you look at these things, you know exactly the damage Nnamdi Kanu has done to us as a people. And not just that, all the threats he made, it was designed for our people. Because there's no Fulani that Nnamdi Kanu has really had down that we know. We haven't seen anybody.
They don't. They just do the job for Fulani, then call Fulani. And when they hear there is Fulani, all of them, they shut up.
So what is the problem? Today, all the things behaving that Efe was saying is now in our own land. We just witnessed a gruesome one that couples were beheaded. Then, if you are saying all those things on social media and the things happen, then you come out and say, "Oh no, this is not true. You are not doing it," but you said it. And this is one of the things that I keep saying, that this guy is not an Igbo man, because Igbo people know that whatever a man will do is in their heart. You don't talk. You don't talk too much. Like empty barrels make the most noise. And that's what we are seeing today. To bastardize the name of Biafra. Now they have shifted after messing up the name of Biafra. Now, you do, Ada, come and help us. I mean, what kind of people is this?
Very unfortunate.
And this is somebody, Nnamdi Kanu brought him to the struggle and say, this lady of people that said she's asset recovery. And I had on
of course, and so
with love. People who were giving all this money with people were pushing, hoping that one day we will get help from the international community, because you cannot put away international community. You can't remove them from this equation. Okay? All we are trying to do is to show what Nigeria is doing on us, and all of a sudden, you came now with your big mouth, ran over everybody, and started killing your own people. And then you want us to be quiet about it. It's not going to happen. But as I'm talking about this, my brother, I want to use this opportunity also to, I thank you so much for so many things that you said here, and I appreciate you for always standing in the gap, okay? But we must, honestly, for me, the issue of Bruce Friend, I don't even want to go there. He is not a charge and bail lawyer. He's a reputable attorney, a constitutional lawyer, for an constitutional and international lawyer. He has done so many works. If anybody is in doubt, they can visit. You go to Google, you see what he has done as a lawyer. The problem is, Biafrans cannot even pay for his services because so many distractions. If you remember, my Reverend, Bruce Fein came into the picture when this Epidema was in detention. Okay, he told us his fees. We call both Igbo, World Igbo Congress, this Igbo, all Igbos, we call them. About 250 people were in attendance in that meeting. And we discussed how much this man has asked to start his work, which is $1 million. Put that in perspective, $1 million for 250 people that attended a meeting. Okay? If we all can give $1,000, if we all that attended the meeting, 250 can give $1,000 for that section, or for every month or 2 months, you give $1,000. Is it not $250,000? This man would have started his job with that money, and then in another quarter, we give him another. In a year, we pay him that money, and then follow him and listen to, and make sure that he's doing what he's doing. And guess what happened? After the meeting, everybody ran away, because we always want things to be done. We want free services, but we don't want to pay for it. Okay? We know when this man, I forgot his name, Adamu or whatever, came to United States here under Jonathan government, he said he was going to be in Washington until Jonathan is removed from office. He made boast to say that he sells furniture. He does it. He's a businessman. He has the money. And he did exactly what he did. He was here in Washington and lobbied through. Obama asked Jonathan to leave the office. Jonathan was asked to leave the office from United States. It wasn't his love for humanity. He saw the danger. They asked him, you know what, you need to pack and go. Okay? So now today, Fulanis are sponsoring him to come and start the election. But what I'm saying in this regard is that people refuse to invest money to lobby. Oh, just what do you call them? Ohaneze ndị Igbo. Few individuals in Ohaneze ndị Igbo, if they really want to help their people, can do this work. But all they are doing is everywhere. They disgrace a whole population. The reason God gave you the money that you have is for you to stand up for your race, for your people, for your group of people. But all you do is disgracing the generation. That's all you do. You have money, but there's no common sense in you. Today, the BIAFRA situation has been thrown into mud that they even want to start raising a campaign against Ojukwu, who utilized all his father's wealth to seek for the freedom of his people. If it wasn't for the international community that joined together, the British, this same British and Russia, then it was USSR and Arab League, we will not be in this mess today. And people will raise up their filthy mouths today to be talking, opening their rotten mouths to be saying that Ojukwu did this and did that to them. But we have those men in Igbo land today. They are not willing to put their money to lobby. So my sister, Bruce Fein is not a charge and bail lawyer. He has what it takes to help this cause. But we cannot afford to pay him. If we had paid him, he would get people around him that is on the same level, and he can get us to somewhere. But a lot of us don't know this. We want to bring down the Biafra from a savior without putting in anything.
We sleep in Nigeria and wake up in Biafra.
And wake up in Biafra. I told you one Chineke. My brother, I think I've done noble this morning. I mean, what can I say? I hope people that are listening understand these things. The earlier, the better. That documentary, as far as I'm concerned, is nonsense to me. However, they have some atom of truth because they expose these clowns that Nnamdi Kanu hired the secret on the graves of our people. So we must be aware of that. And disengage yourself from Nnamdi Kanu's group. Disengage yourself from him. All he's doing is desecrating on the lives in the graves of our loved ones. 3.5 million and counting. It's not 300, it's not 3,000. It's in millions and counting. Biafra struggle is legitimate. Biafra struggle, I mean, how do I say this? It's a good thing. We cannot continue to live in this, with this group of people that refuses us to get to our potentials. Yesterday, a young girl was killed because she probably have an argument about Muhammad. How many of you have killed because of the name of Christ? So we are not the same people. And I want to remind Biafrans, 30th of May is near. We must remember our people who have given their lives for this struggle. We responsible to honor them and not desecrate on their graves. It's important. And that's where we need to start. For the Ohanese Igbo and all other groups, Father Mbaka, begin to tell them in your church, all these pastors and whatever they call them, begin to tell the people in your church that 30th of May is sacrosanct for the people of Biafra. If we want freedom, we must remember these people who have paid the ultimate price for us. Thank you, my Reverend. God in heaven must surely bless you. I know that, and I want to thank you. And my sister, I want to thank you for coming on the program. All hail Biafra. God bless the people of Biafra and all of us of freedom.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
Amen. Thank you very much, Dr. Bidi. Of course, on this note, we will be winding up on this very program. Let the message be clear. I'm not preaching to Hausa, Yoruba, or Fulani. I am preaching to Biafrans. It's as simple as ABC. I don't have their time. I have not seen them as a problem as far as this issue is concerned. What we are doing is legitimate. It is our right. But for any lunatic to come up and criminalize every process, we cannot identify with such individuals. Once again, you are advised. Disassociate yourself. Shift back. Because Nnamdi Kanu atrocity know no bound now. He will not survive it, except he repent. Disassociate yourself, because the disgrace will rub on you. It's just a matter of principle. And once again to BBC, we know your position, we know your stand, we know the owners of the company, the role they play in creating Nigeria and all that. But what you said about Nnamdi Kanu is true. But other part of Nigerian Biafra story, you lie. IPOB bingo, begin to castigate BBC. It's not taking us anywhere. Yeah, call me saboteur. You are selling your people. You don't have sense. I am your destiny, and I am your doom. The earlier you get back to the truth, the right agenda, the normal process, the better for all of you. Anybody that, oh, now the car is our leader, they are your problem at the moment. I want to appreciate those of you who were able to call in to make your contribution. Agwani, and of course our daddy in the Lord. I appreciate all of you. We'll continue any moment from now. We'll keep watching. That is what we do. Don't be a spectator. The message may not be palatable to you, but if indeed you love your people, this is the time for you to look for a pro-Biafran group. You share their ideology and join them. Somewhere along the line, we're going to meet in the next junction, and all of us will have to offer what we have. This is a sacrificial process, and it is that which the Lord chooses we shall give to him. and nobody will make a sacrificial lamb out of another. Simeon Ekpa is a very useless idiot. But then Ipob want to fall him down. I will expose all of them. But that is the new agenda. That is the new agenda. And it will not work. Let's see if this call is for the program. Yes, who am I talking to? Yes, good afternoon. Yes. Loud and clear, loud and clear.
As you and I may know, it is not true.
Which of them is not true? Which of them is
maybe how much of things that have gone wrong
which of them is not true? Which
we
of
may
them?
tell ourselves the truth.
Which of them is not true?
BBC is at the stage.
Which
is at the stage
which of them is not true?
There's no way to give up the fight. They have come, and it shows that we're making a very heavy progress. And I want to advise each and every one of us, including you, Mark, Jewish, you know who's talking, that despite all odds, we may be in different families, we may have different methodology, but it's just one ideology, and that is the coming of Biafra in truth and every honesty. And whatever you know you can do to bring Biafra, go ahead and do it. And one other thing I want to say is that each time you have a moment to be interviewed by a media giant house, please, sir, focus on the agenda of Biafra, because we want our voice to be heard. Despite who is taking the voice, that is me. Despite who is taking the voice, we are as a freedom fighting platform, and we have different forms. Whoever that is taking the voice to the world should at least know how to present the voice, and instead of being sectional or being biasing, and that's what they capitalize. If you watch what they did with the told us, you know that they couldn't play his own documentary because maybe they find it not useful to them. I want to plead, the next time it will happen, because I saw contacting you at any moment. You not only them, not only BBC, some others will also be contacting you. Please and please focus on the agenda of our restoration. Whoever that makes Biafra happen, that's all. We want to be free. That's all. So let's drop our in-house agenda and make sure if Nnamdi Kanu happen to be a Fulani man, no matter what he did to people, Fulani people will join hands together to ensure that he is free before you scrutinize him or persecute him. You won't persecute him while he is right there in jail or in detention. And you know that detaining him is illegal. They are discrediting him illegally. And well, because it is not good for you to receive such humiliation. Therefore, you must also protect against it when you hear it is meted against a fellow Biafra, which it is. I want everybody to make sure we take this campaign to the highest height. And as regard to those ones that call themselves media warriors, AK, and the other lady from Faith, and the rest, who don't know how to put words by words, and who they don't have nothing to present to the international community or to the public. People should disregard their talk, because they are using free Wi-Fi over there overseas, so they don't know what to do. But there are people in the struggle. We cannot define maybe take us away that there are no people in the struggle that have a lot of things to do. There are, and such people should be our reference points. Please and please, despite the fight and all those things, we must protect one another, and that's all. I am against killing each other. And if you know, as you know me, I've been in my position for a very long time, and I stand to maintain that position till tomorrow. We can quarrel, but removing one another's life, I don't like it. it is not part of me, and it can never be part of me, and I don't support it. That is why I am calling on all, especially those of them who is this family that I'm calling now. We should work together as one and maintain one common front. Thank you, and have a blissful afternoon.
Thank you very much. It looks that like you were not hearing me, and if you are still on there. You see, the Fulanis will not attack themselves. Are you still there? Are you still on? Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Are you still there?
Hello, sir.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay. Yes, I am saying I don't know if you were hearing me before.
Yes, you were coming out loud and clear. I needed to respond to what you advised.
Despite all, we must maintain that our ethics and that is freedom.
Yes.
Make sure we have freedom. We can debunk lies.
Yes.
So when it comes to the salvation of one another,
yes.
let us hear it. ONYIBE is in Masop. Every other person is in different groups.
Yes.
Then I cannot stand and watch somebody persecuting a Masop member.
Have you heard me talk about ONYIBE?
We have gone beyond groups.
Have you heard me talk about ONYIBE? I'm sure you are not hearing me. Have you heard me talk about ONYIBE on this platform? Okay, I think he's not hearing from our own side. Thank you for your contribution anyway. We will continue to progress. And now, let our people get the message very clearly. I have not talked about ONYIBE directly on this platform. I can assure you more than 50% of what he does, I don't like it and I will never support it, but I will not fight against him. I say that about Tony Nnamdi, but I can't fight against him. Do you know why? These people, at least to the best of my knowledge as we speak, focus on the real issue. I think Nnamdi Kanu has spent more resources destroying his own people, supposedly he wants to save, until they retract their footstep from that criminal endeavor. My brother, Nnamdi Kanu enter one chance. If he gave me oath to take juju for Shrine, we could defend our people. He divide the camp into two, then give some juju, give some juju, and then he tell the ones who no do juju to begin to dey kill us because no juju go fight them. My brother, Nnamdi Kanu is not going anywhere. He will not escape this evil. He will not. And so if we come here and say, okay, let's defend our own, it make me look like Ohanaeze Ndigbo, another intellectual, dishonest individual who called themselves Igbo leader. I will not do that. Like I told you. BBC, I know their truth. They are of no concern to me. I know where they are coming from, which everybody know, and we know where they are going to. They can never say good of us. All they want to do is mess all of us up. But who gave them that privilege? Is it not a shame by now we're still talking about things we would have forgotten they ever existed? Is it not a shame? Nnamdi Kanu used juju to deceive himself. But you have not gone through any process. That is one thing I have noticed. But if you have, you will understand.
Hello, ONYIBE. It seems to me the more I talk to you, the worse you become. Don't go on air to talk about Arochukwu again or anything you don't know about. Just keep your mouth shut to do your broadcast and get out. If you make one more mistake again, I will expel you from IPOB and you stop broadcasting. One more mistake. Just focus on what I have told you, all this stupid gossiping, all this rubbish in every forum. I've told you I don't want it. Don't mention Arochukwu. Go on air, talk about Biafra restoration, and you get out. One more mistake from you and you see what I'll do to you.
You see. Now, this is where some of the problems started. Nnamdi Kanu took me to Arochukwu, gave me juju to swear in two different shrines. He divided the camp of IPOB into two and did not give to one. He said they are Abashirian. The oath forbade me from doing evil to IPOB member. But they didn't forbid me from saying the truth. And then the ones who didn't take oath, most of them are the media warriors. No rules, nothing stopped them. China Sanwo told me, and Nnamdi Kanu said they no more Arochukwu. I said no. Everybody, principal officer must be there. I continue to hammer on it. You cannot throw Peter to people. And now you heard what Nnamdi Kanu say. That is just one of them. I have a library of his stupidity. And then he called me. Hey, George, I have told you about this Arochukwu. Don't talk about it. The more I advise you, the more you're becoming worse. If you talk about Arochukwu again, you will see what I will do to you. I will expel you. And now, you know, I didn't sleep with somebody's wife while he expelled me. You now know that at least I didn't steal the reason he expelled me. There are many reasons. He cannot stand the truth. My brother, talk of Biafra, and we'll continue talking of Biafra. But how I handle Nnamdi Kanu matter, none of you have the moral standing to advise me. Only those who are dead. You want me to disgrace Nnamdi Kanu now? Everything BBC said about Nnamdi Kanu is the truth. Nobody can correct me there. It is the truth. I have the evidence to back up everything I do. But everything BBC said about Fulani and Igbo or Biafra, they are all fallacy, capital lie. If not for Biafra, why are we here? Why are we here? From Nnamdi Kanu, for what? An attack on Nnamdi Kanu from my side will continue until he confesses. Do you people know what he has done? Do you people know the atrocity of Nnamdi Kanu? And now I begin to know that everything that has delayed Biafra restoration under IPOB, God was saving us from unavoidable danger, doom. And I thank him for it. So, brother, the journey remained one place. How Nnamdi Kanu case is addressed, go to IPOB platform as you called now, and you encourage those bingos on my platform and say, get out there, focus on your platform. It would have been fine. Have you heard me on this platform talk to Asare, talk to anybody? I respect their views and opinion. But I have a counter with Nnamdi Kanu and many people. Most of them are dead. Most of them are dead. They died in the hand of Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB. Is that how Fulani are killing their people? Any killing in the north, Fulani are killing Hausa, not Fulani. And then why are we going to cover up atrocities of Nnamdi Kanu? It will not happen. If God like, let him testify the goodness of Nnamdi Kanu. We will tell God, no, it's not true. Except he has changed his way. And you see, God will not do that. These are information we have first hand. If I begin to play Nnamdi Kanu audio of betrayal of his people, all of you will begin to cry. And most of you hardcore bingos, you will hate yourself. I pray day and night for him to make that mistake and confront me openly. I will reduce 30 years from his current age. You should know how many years he will look like. What a shame. You think we like what we are doing? You think we are comfortable in Nigeria? Do you know how many times I've escaped death in the hand of Nnamdi Kanu? You want me to tell you he's a good man when I know he's a demon? Aromendibo. You want me to tell you otherwise? Oh, everybody show your color. Let us know you for who you are. This message must go through one way or the other. And so if anybody thinks, oh, I control it, I can put an end to it, you are lying. I will give you 4 months. That 4 months represent a K unquo for Anuri, and I will make a comeback. Your own condition will be worse than it started. We have what it takes to bring the enemy down. Somebody prefer the prophet, like the prophet Balaam and Barak, on the expense of their people. Look at Nnamdi Kanu junior brother. He's in Abuja riding the same vehicle with governor. Somebody is telling him, leave Nnamdi Kanu. BBC, everything you said about Nnamdi Kanu is correct. Nnamdi Kanu is not Igbo. Nnamdi Kanu is not Biafra. He's just one single criminal, very hopeless criminal. On that point, you are correct. And then the issue of Yoruba rhetoric, all those stories, my dear, you lie. On this note, I still appreciate all of you who have called in. Tomorrow we'll continue from there. Use your tongue and count your teeth. We are who we are. They are who they are.